Oh shit. Alright, now that we cleaned up the video a little bit, made it PG family appropriate, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I hope y'all are having an amazing work week and you guys are safe, healthy, happy, and etc. Okay, today I'm gonna bring you guys some more content. We're gonna have a nice little video powwow talk. Okay, today's video, you guys, first things first, smash the thumbs up button because you guys know it helps the channel out so much. Spread the word, make sure you subscribe with the bell notification tap. Okay, we have some cool stuff happening to the channel here within the next couple months. Okay, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Make sure you subscribe. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so on to the video. Now today's video, I get messages a lot. If you're not following Instagram, it's everything_diesel. I get tons of messages pretty much on a daily basis from you guys asking questions, which I'm fine with. I try to help as much as I can. And one of the very common questions I get are the new diesel owners or new people looking to get into the diesel world, but they're not that confident or they don't know that much about it. So what they'll do is they'll hit me up asking, sending me links of trucks and stuff and saying, hey, is this a good buy? Or, you know, oh, what's a good mileage for diesel trucks and stuff, okay? I'm going to answer that today, all right? So today's topic is going to be how many miles is too much for a diesel truck. Okay, now once we get started, hopefully I'll answer all you guys' questions, and once again, thank you guys for checking out the channel. Let's get this video popping. All right. Okay, you guys, so we got my truck, 2008 Dodge Ram 2500 Laramie 6.7 Cummins Mega Cab. Okay, this truck currently to date has 179,000 miles on it. Okay, or yeah, 179,000 miles on it. All original engine, original trans. Everything's original, like in terms of the truck itself. Obviously a lot of stuff is aftermarket. Okay, so what is a good mileage? Okay, or what's too many miles on a diesel truck? Well, there's going to be really one thing that's going to determine that, and it's what's underneath the hood. Look at this. I have to get a step to get up in this, so you guys can see the engine. Okay, so this is what's going to determine that. Okay, how many miles is too many miles? Long story short, you guys, there really isn't a number for that. Okay, this is not like a gasoline car where, you know, over 100,000 miles, that's when the vehicle is super prone to braking. It really is not like that with these diesel trucks, especially on the Cummins 5967. Okay, with these trucks, mileage is just a number. Okay, so what I mean by that is it's not about the mileage, it's about who owned it and what they did to it and did they take care of it. Okay, let me break it down in this type of perspective. All right, let's say, step down, let's say you got two trucks. One truck has 70,000 miles on it and another one has 150,000 miles on it. Which one am I going to take? If you ask me, I'm going to take probably the 150,000 miles, and here's why. Hear me out. If the truck was taken care of and they did all the maintenance on it, that truck at 150,000 miles is going to run like a dime. That truck should not skip a beat. It should not have a bunch of crazy issues on it where it's like a burden to own a diesel truck, especially these Cummins with 150,000 miles. 150,000 miles is nothing on these trucks, okay? I would take the 150,000 mile truck, and here's why. If they're both apples for apples, the same truck, okay? Let's say they're fully loaded, Laramie, limited, whatever, and they have all the same features, just one has more miles than the other. If it was taken care of, it's going to run just like the one with less miles on it. Does that make sense? But here's the kicker. You save money. You see how that works? So by buying a truck with higher miles that was well maintained, you're going to get what you want in terms of the truck, the features, and the power plant, but you're going to save money. Okay, here's my philosophy on it. I will buy a diesel truck with 150, 200,000 miles if that's the truck I want, as long as it was taken care of. And here, how do you know if it's taken care of? And this is just me personally. I have never purchased a vehicle from a dealership, not once. Okay, reason being is because by buying privately, I bought this truck privately, I bought all my trucks privately. By buying privately, you get a face-to-face to the owner. You can see the owner, you can see their knowledge, their demeanor, you know what I'm saying. For this truck, for example, the guy I bought the truck from, he wasn't a big diesel guy. He just wanted it because he towed a camper with it. So what did that mean? He took it to Dodge for everything. He had receipts, he had oil changes, he had warranties. He took it for everything. He took it to Dodge. Dodge did all the work on it, which is not a bad thing. You know, it's getting taken care of. So buying it from somebody privately is not bad. I actually highly encourage it personally, in my opinion, because you get a face-to-face with the owner. You can feel and see what they were doing with the truck. You know, one of the best questions is, what did you use the truck for? Okay, because if they were that, you know, middle-aged older gentleman that used the truck to pull their fifth wheel or to pull some hay, chances of them dogging on the truck is 0 to none. Why? Because they need that truck, because that truck makes them money. Okay, now here's another thing. What if they're using the truck for work, construction, you know, pulling bobsleds and bobcats and all that type of stuff like that? That's fine too, as long as they took care of the maintenance. Okay, you guys got to understand, people who own these trucks that use it for money, they're not going to make an investment like this and just dog the crap out of it, because guess what? More downtime, more money spent in repairs. So they're going to take care of it and maintain it to where it takes care of them and makes them money, and they get their money out of the truck. Does that make sense? Now let's say you buy from someone like myself, where I'm a diesel enthusiast. I do everything myself. You guys know that, all my videos, in and out oil changes religiously. I mean, hell, I changed my last oil. I changed it and it only had like 3,000 miles on it, and it was AMSOIL. You know, let's say it's like that. That's fine too. Those are the ones you really want to get around, because you can pick their brain on anything and they can tell you something about this truck. If I ever sold my truck and somebody asked me a question a year later, I would still tell them. You know, if they ask me, hey man, when you did this, how did you do it? I can answer it, because I do all the stuff myself. So those are the two types of people you want to buy it from, okay? Now, if you're going to buy it from, this is the third one I don't recommend, is preferably 20 to... We'll say early 20s to mid/late 20s. You know, some people take longer to develop and mature. And you get the truck, there's soot all on the tailgate, there's soot on the back roof, or if they got a bed stack or a hood stack, there's soot all over it. It looks like it hasn't been rinsed in like 2 years. Carpet's all worn out on the inside. Engine got gasket leaks, oil everywhere. Those are the ones where the flags are going to start coming out, okay? You know, they're the first thing they tell you is, yes, tune is chipped, I ran it on a hot tune. Flags, okay, flags, all right? And again, this is why I love buying private, because when you go to a dealership, yeah, if you can get certified pre-owned, warranty, you know, Carfax and all that stuff, which you can Carfax a private vehicle too, but you don't see who had it before you, okay? It's very easy for someone to trade a truck in and for the dealership to change a water pump or change, I don't know, something. And for them to post it back up, sell it for the price they want. You know, even if you think you're getting a deal from the dealership, most times you're not, because if they agreed on that deal, that means they're still making money somehow. So there's some sort of increase or profit in it for them, even if they're agreeing on the price you want. And you know, it's just not the same, you know. Plus you got taxes, license fee, dealer fees, all these extra fees, where if you go private, it's mano y mano. You see the truck, you're like, okay, you want $35,000, I'll give you $32,000 cash. Done. No haggling. You're not sitting at the table waiting on the sales manager. None of that craziness, okay? It's no pressure. You're not feeling prone into buying that truck, okay? And that is why I buy privately, okay? So for the mileage factor, it's not a big deal. Don't be worried about mileage. Be worried about maintenance, about upkeep, and about if they took care of the truck, okay? Oil change is done routinely, religiously, okay? Even if they ran basic Valvoline or Shell's Rotella, you know, conventional, it don't matter. It's fine as long as they're changing the oil every, you know, proper intervals, okay? My truck's 7,500 miles. You know, if they're changing every 7,500 miles, it's fine. Clean oil is going to work, especially if it's API certified oil, okay? So just keep that type of stuff in mind. Engine, you guys know, engine is a big thing. I have videos talking about what to check on these engines when you're looking at them. Biggest thing is going to be blow by. So when the engine is running, pop your oil cap off, and there should not be pressure building coming out of there. If there's a lot of pressure, take the oil cap off, sit it in the hole. If there's a lot of pressure coming out, if the oil cap's jumping around and about to fly off, bad by pressure or bad blow by, okay? Which essentially means your piston rings are not sealing and holding compression, so you're losing compression, which means the engine is on its way out, okay? Oil leaks. 6.7s are really not known for being super oily, greasy trucks. They're not like 12 valves and older truck diesel engines. They're relatively clean engines, so you shouldn't see a whole lot of oil leaks on the engine, especially from the backside. If you got a backside oil leak, rear main seal, you know, so be wary of that. The next thing is transmission, okay? How do you know this transmission wasn't beat to crap, beat to hell? And to be honest with you guys, there's not a whole lot you can really do besides drive the truck, check the fluid, and get underneath and look at the transmission. If you go underneath there and there's red residual oil around the belt housing or around the transmission, that's a flag, okay? You might want to investigate that. Or if there's oil or transmission fluid around the transfer case, that is a flag, okay? Those are some of the things driving it, obviously, okay? If you, you know, the best thing you can do when you test drive a vehicle is take it on the highway, okay? The reason why is because the highway, when you're getting on the highway, that is your chance to accelerate the truck legally and feel how it drives. Does it shake when you accelerate? Does the transmission slam into the next gear, or does it skip a gear? Shit. You know, that is your time to find out if this truck is worthy, okay? Because you got to think, if you're buying this truck to haul with, you're going to be getting on highways and pulling it. You're going to be pulling a trailer or something. You're going to be getting on the gas so you can, you know, get the truck up to speed. If it can't handle it without a trailer on there, imagine if you put a trailer on there. Lord help the transmission out, okay? Sounds, there's not a whole lot of sounds you can really listen for these trucks. You can listen to your axles, your wheel bearings, U-joints. You know, if you hear grinding sound, never a good thing. If you hear a clicking sound when you're driving, U-joints are probably bad. Stuff like that, you know. For my northern cats, you guys got to worry about salt. So obviously you would do your thing, checking for salt in prone areas. I'm not in a salt environment, so I can't really tell you prone areas of rusting on these trucks. But what I can tell you from pictures and videos I've seen, on the back fender is really common up in here for it to rust around here. Bottom doors, on the bottom of the lip inside the doors, dirt builds up in that lip on the bottom. That's very common. So there's a couple things there, you guys. But you know, at the end of the day, you just got to take your time. Take your time. And I just had an ant jump on my foot and bite me. Lovely. You just got to take your time and go through the truck, okay? You know, prices. That's another thing. I get asked that stuff, not super often, but I do get asked it. You know, I get asked, okay? Prices are variable and subjective to where you live, okay? So, for example, in this little city I live in North Carolina called Jacksonville, your diesel trucks are going to be on a higher value because it's actually in demand here. People want diesel trucks here. But if you go to Texas, where there's diesel trucks on every corner in every driveway, the demand is there, but because they have so many, it's going to be a little cheaper, which is why a lot of people go to Texas to buy diesel trucks, because they get, or Florida actually, to get a good deal on it, okay? Your area is going to be subjective. The best thing I can tell you to do is use NADA, N-A-D-A, which is like a Blue Book type website where you can price vehicles out. NADA. Okay, so my camera decided to overheat, so I had to wait about 15 minutes for it to cool off. So like I said, use NADA, Black Book, value the vehicle within your area. Generally it's going to be about the same, but it may be a couple thousand up or down depending on where you live, okay? So just, that's the best thing I can tell you when it comes to that. Also, people ask me if it's a good buy, and I'm like, you know, thanks for reaching out to me, you know, I'm flattered, but I would never recommend a truck to somebody by looking at it online and just from pictures. I'll say it's a nice truck, or I'll say it's, you know, that's a good price or something, you know, ish, but I would never be like, oh yeah, that's a good truck, get it. Like, that's not how that works. You have to be in person to truly see a truck. And if you're that type of person where you don't feel comfortable looking at a diesel truck by yourself, take a buddy that knows about it, or take it to a shop and have them just be like, hey, I want to get this truck. I just want you guys to go through it and tell me everything wrong with it. I don't care if it's a wheel hub, a U-joint, a shock, I don't care. Whatever is wrong with the truck, tell them to tell you, so that way you know what you're getting into before you get the truck, okay? Now, next thing, if I get a truck but it has something wrong, is that bad, or should I do that? Yes and no, okay? If it's something small to where it's like, you know, water pump needs to be changed, yeah, that ain't nothing. That's $40 fix, you know. Water pump needs to be changed. You know, rear diff fluid needs to be changed. If it's something simple like something like fluids or something, that's not a big deal. Even certain parts, you know, if it needs new tires, that's not a big deal. That's just routine maintenance of owning a vehicle, period. But now when you're starting to get into the parts of like, oh, it has a funny knock in it, I need to get that fixed, or, you know, it's running hot, or my turbo isn't spooling, or it's not making good boost, that's when it starts to get questionable and subjective, because at that point you don't know what's going on with that truck, and it could be expensive to diagnose it alone, or to even get it fixed. So keep that in mind, okay? Now some people might say stock versus built. So should I buy a bone stock truck, or should I buy a truck heavily modified already? It goes both ways, okay? You can do it both ways if you really want to. You know, you can do, if you do stock, the perks of getting a stock truck is going to be that you It's stock. Nothing has been done to it. It hasn't been modified. It hasn't been touched, which means it should be running relatively really good. That's just the way that works, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, there are stock trucks out there that run like garbage because people didn't take care of them, but still, versus heavily modified, like this truck. Okay, let's say I'm selling this truck and it's heavily modified, okay? Don't be afraid of it, okay? If it was modified correctly and the person who got it done either has receipts to show about it or did it themselves and the work is professional looking and it looks legit, it runs legit, it sounds legit, there's nothing wrong with that, because you also have to think, by it being already modified, you're gonna save money because you're not gonna have to do it yourself, okay? It's all about who did it and was it done correctly, okay? I know a lot of times people say, oh, get a bone stock truck, is, you know, get a bone stock truck, get a bone stock truck. There's nothing wrong with getting a bone stock truck, and preferably, I probably would, just because I know myself and I know I wanna do everything myself because that's the type of person I am. But if you're that type of person where you want something nice but don't wanna be messing with it, there's nothing wrong getting a truck that's already built like this or built in a certain way if that's what you're looking for, okay? It's just making sure it's done right, okay? You know, a lot of times people say you want a stock truck because they don't have tuners on it, they weren't dogging it out and stuff like that. Yes, that's true and stuff, but like myself, there are a lot of diesel owners out there, and I know OKC 67 Eric can testify to this, and a couple other fellas, okay? There's a lot of us out there that have modified trucks but do not dog the ever living crap out of them. We actually like baby them, take care of them. We just like the added features, the added power, just to know it's there, okay? That doesn't mean you dog the truck out every day. And that goes back to, again, who are you buying the truck from? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff, man, you guys. I can sit here all day. I can sit here all day, stand here all day talking about it. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's an informative decision that you have to outweigh the costs and benefits or the pros and cons to what you're trying to get, okay? But at the end of the day, like I said, do not be afraid to buy a diesel truck with miles on it. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? My truck has 179,000 miles on it, and if somebody was to buy this truck, I would sell it to them with the confidence, giving them confidence that this truck can take them wherever they want to take them. It can pull almost whatever they want to pull. You know, obviously if they're trying to pull like 50,000 pounds, that's just absurd, but like within the truck's capabilities, it can do it, okay? Because I have that confidence in my vehicle because I put that confidence into it by doing all the work myself, building it up from the ground up, okay? So at the end of the day, you guys, don't be afraid of mileage on a diesel truck, especially these Cummins, these 6.7s or 5.9s, man. Don't let the mileage punk you out. For my first-time diesel buyers and first-time diesel owners, okay? Mileage is just a number. Remember that, okay? Sometimes you actually pass a good deal because you're so focused on mileage that you don't even see who owned the truck, what they did to it, is it well maintained, is it well upkept? Because there are a ton of trucks out there that has 200,000 miles and they're pulling, they're ticking like it ain't nothing. They're just going on about their business, okay? So just keep that in mind, you guys. Hopefully this video brought you guys some insight, some light, some understanding, some comfort, if that's what you needed in terms of trying to make a choice on buying a diesel truck, okay? So until next time, you guys, if you got any questions or if you want to add to what I talked about in today's video, by all means, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys say. I read all the comments that come down there. So by all means, comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Peace out. Have a good week. And I'll see you guys soon.